Awesome. So, Kailey, it is so good to be with you and have you hopped on our WiLD conversation, especially because of your role as an organizational development liaison at Dairyland Electrical. This type of work is right in your wheelhouse, and I know you practice it a lot. I would love to hear from you because the content today, the topic was on psychological safety, and I know it's related to a lot of things that you think of and that you do, and you're intentional in practicing. Um, what was meaningful for you in that conversation, and how did it relate to some of the work you're doing more broadly at Dairyland when it comes to architecting spaces for psychological safety?
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. Thanks for having me here. I love this session. It is something that has come on my radar quite a few times over the last year. It just, started a new book on it, but it's something that I'm really passionate about because I think it's really easy for us to say, open up, share, take risks, innovate. And often we don't feel like it's actually okay to do that, like it's acceptable. And that inhibits individuals as well as teams and organizations. And so to the extent that I can be a facilitator of that and we together can bring that about in Dairyland, the better we'll be, but also the more enjoyment we'll have. And so just as I went through this time this morning, there are so many little light bulbs going off, things that are bringing excitement. But I think one of the things that I appreciate is this nuance and balance, because I think we can go so far into psychological safety that we make it incredibly comfortable where there's no risk taking. And so I appreciate, I guess just to use that word again, the nuance that comes from the research, from what you guys are presenting at WiLD Leaders. And that's been really helpful for me as I do my own work with WiLD, even outside of these Friday sessions, and look at this theme of differentiation. How do I tune myself really well to the people around me, but not neglect and hold space for me? And that's my own growth edge. And so I love that it's both and, right? That it is not so far to one extreme, but just I also am somebody who really appreciates practicality. And so as always, there's depth of theory and research and practical tools. And that's something that we got this morning, certainly, inviting psychological safety, not just declaring it. And as I shared earlier, just this theme of architecting environments and spaces where people feel safe, whether that is with humor, with rules of engagement, with framing or different rhythms that reinforce it.